Okay, what I want to speak about is how I've used intermittent fasting in the past. One of my good subscribers was just feeding back and was going back and forth and was talking. She's got a channel. Just bear with me. I'm going to just a little time for a little shout out. You know, I like to put out my little shout outs on a regular basis. Am I going to find this quickly, or am I going to be just here pouncing around for ages? Okay. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce your name even correctly. Okay? So forgive me. Tiana Simone. Okay? Tiana Simone. Lovely young lady. She's going through, like many of us, a weight loss journey. And I think she's going to be doing a weigh-in today. Go and check out her channel, especially you ladies, because she does all other kind of stuff as well. And she's funny as well. She gives you jokes and she's funny. Okay? But she kind of, she asked me how, herself and also JB, which is basically Red Hawk. And I'll link his channel below as well, because he's been doing a good series of teachings with regards to do with medical ailments and so forth. Some are to do with diabetes type 1, diabetes type 2, etc. and some other stuff. They both, basically, Tyna put out a question and JB said, yeah, I'd like to know. In regards to how I do my intermittent fasting, how long it takes and everything else. And I put a description in that. And I will link, rather than me talk over that, because I've covered it, I've already written it. I'll link that video where the description is as well below. If you look in the description, you'll see basically videos or things that I mentioned or people that I mentioned it. You'll just see all the little staggered things there. Just go into that. Otherwise, I'm going to digress and go like I'm doing now. Alright, let's get back to it. So basically, I've never done intermittent fasting to this degree. If you guys, some of you guys that have been following me earlier, I kind of stumbled upon this. I've been doing this on and off erratically with no shape or proper purpose, except it's a hack. I want to shave off some. I need to come in. I need to do something. I need to. Wow, no click at all. I need to get weight off quick and fast, or I've hit a plateau. So this used to be the thing that I used to fight plateaus, and I'm inside a plateau using intermittent fasting. So where's the play? Where, you know, I mean, where's the parachute? I need to jump out. Where's the boat? Where's the life raft on it? No, I'm gonna do the rest of this week onto the next week, and then we'll see what happens. But I've used it before as the very instrument to get me out of what I'm in right now. So my number one hack that I always use is being used as my diet full plan right now. So I've lost majority of my weight using intermittent fasting in some shape or form. I stumbled upon it by accident with no understanding of what it is. Then since starting the channel, I've looked at other people's channels. Then I kept seeing this wording, intermittent fasting. Watch some videos about it, and not documentaries, but learning stuff from actual practitioners who basically treat their patients with intermittent fasting to help them with things like type 2 diabetes, and other kind of sicknesses and ailments and so forth, and taking in all the good aspects of what it does and everything else, and looked at all of it, and then said, wow, let's go and do it and see what happens. And then for some of you guys and girls that have just hit my channel recently, so the first experiment, so I'm probably I'm in week 3 now, I'm saying, but I did try one a week prior to this cycle of intermittent fasting, and I call it cycle because it's just like it's not a long-term thing. This is the longest I've done it for, but I do it in cycles usually. So it's just the way I do it to hack things. So I'm going all over the place. So altogether, I'm in like 4 weeks now, 4.5 weeks. Because I literally, all I've done is I've stopped for 1.5 days throughout the whole period of time. But that's why I had cycle 1, which is literally a 6 or 7 day kind of cycle. Bang, loads of weight just come off, which always happens when I'm just going in and what usually happens, I usually do an intermittent fast. Usually about once every 6 weeks to every month, depending on what's happening. Okay? Not always, but like if I hit a serious plateau like what I'm in right now, I'll just bang, pull it out like that, like a Visa card, bang, I'm going to hit this. I just do, it just deals with it. And then I just go motoring along. Or I will be losing weight, just eating and dieting like how I usually do, where I'm focusing on my calories and trying to control myself, not to be beasting out or grazing for ages and everything else, and eating healthy. And then hitting the gym. And then what happens, I hit a plateau, bang, I would pull out intermittent fasting. And I want to get that over to you guys, because this intermittent fasting, there's people that are having success with it, where they're just doing it week in, week out, week in, week out, and they've been doing it for months. So it's really strange. There's no definitive rubber stamp when you say this is it. This is how you do it. There's so many different ways you can do it as a vegan. You can do it as a vegetarian. You can just do it as a normal a normal eater. You can even do it even if you're into dirty eating, which is dirty eating. Our class is basically you're binging on this piece of crap, that piece of crap. You have a bit of good stuff, this stuff, and everything else. But what you do is you just compress a particular time of when you eat. So it could be 1 hour. Some people just do 1 hour. Some people have a period of like 8 hours where they can eat. Me, I have a period of, more often than not, I just try not to eat past like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then what I will do is it could be as long as basically, I could have been eating from 12 o'clock right up until basically 7:30, 8. I stop. I just kind of think, and I try and do it earlier than that. If I'm doing like a longer period, so if I start eating from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon, whatever, then I will make my cut off at 5 or 6. But if I'm doing the kind of one I'm doing right now, I will try to cut off by basically 7:30 the latest, purely being because I know that I'm cutting my fast or breaking my fast anywhere between 3:30 to about, it's usually 3:30 to 4:30 it used to be, but it keeps hitting me. I usually stop at basically between 4 and 6. And then I've got like anywhere between a 4 to say 2 hour kind of window. And all I want to try and say is, you don't need to be anal with it. There's other people that they will literally fast for 2 days. Or you can, and then eat for 2 or 3 days, and then fast again for 1 day. And they just do it all intermittently. And that's that word intermittent. It's kind of almost, think of something like an electric, kind of, it's just intermittent. You know when you see those films or TV programs and there's that wire, it just keeps hitting the ground, and the wind blows it, and it touches the ground again and everything else. It's just like that. It's just intermittent, however you want to do it. I wouldn't even say however you want to do it, however you work out your body wants you to do it, and however your body reacts to it. That's the easiest way to kind of summarize it, because all it is you having basically a plan of how you're going to eat for the next day, or the next couple of days, or the next week, or the next month, and then just going and doing it. And then obviously recording how your body reacts, and then from that developing a format and a way that works for you. That can either become a continual way of eating, because for some people it just works for them continuously. And then you've got some people that will just do intermittent fasting during the week because they're working. So what they do is they leave, go to work, bang, they don't have no lunch, no nothing. They just drink, and they come back and then they focus on their meal when they come home. You've got others that will just miss out their breakfast, but then they will have lunch, but they will have a prepared and healthy kind of focused lunch, come home, have dinner, bang, and stop. And then at the weekend, when they're with their families or they're going out partying or doing anything, so it's a lifestyle kind of diet. It's probably the nearest diet you can have that is classed as a lifestyle diet. There's no definitive way of doing it. What I emphasize and am emphatic about with the way I do it is please link it up with some form of cardio, some form of exercise, some form of strengthening, or some form of gym, some form of exercise. Put the two together. Okay, so you might do it this way. There's another way I'm thinking of possibly doing it next week, where I might just fast, okay, for 1 whole day, but I won't go to the gym. Okay, so I'm just gonna just have fluids. I'm thinking. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, and I can do it easily, but I'm just thinking, because I'm not gonna put myself on a block anymore like I've done before, and you see me just unravel in front of you guys. But do you see what I'm saying? It's like, so 1 day, completely nothing to eat, just fluids and everything else. So then I would probably, that fast would probably be something like 36 hours or something like that. And then The next day, I would just get up, eat when I feel like I want to eat. I'm not going to just eat just to eat's sake. I've stopped that. I hate doing that. That is, if you just do that, if you wake up and you eat automatically because you think, oh, I need to eat, and you're not even hungry, try and do this. At least just eat when you start feeling hungry. So just open up your stomach with either some fluids, a hot drink or something, and then when you feel hungry, just eat then. Try and make your first meal when you just feel hungry. Rather than, oh, I've got to do it, even when you don't feel hungry, because that is that's the beginning of the end. That's when you start training your body and training yourself just to eat for eat's sake. And you become almost culturalized with regards to do with these eating time. Okay, now it's supper time, now it's breakfast time, now it's brunch time, now it's kind of break time, now it's and you fall into this mechanism of keep eating like you're some flipping cow out on the plot, and you just and grazing. You don't want that. You want to get to a point where you're eating at least when you're hungry. And then you start teaching yourself to stop overeat once you're full. You know what I'm saying? So, another kind of digress there. But literally, so I'll be looking to just fast one day off completely. And then the next day, wake up, do what I'm going to do, hit gym, may have eaten before, may not have eaten everything else. So just eat how I want to eat throughout the day. Next day, fast completely, won't go gym, everything else. So I'm thinking of possibly doing that. But that's another form of intermittent fasting. Can you see the flexibility of what I'm trying to put over to you? Do not become anal. Do not become dogmatic with, I have to do it this way because such and such said, and blah, blah. And I'm not critiquing yourself, JP, or Tiana, with regards to asking, because you've got to ask the question. And I'm answering not just you guys, I'm answering anyone and everyone who kind of may have the same kind of similar question. There's no way how to do it. There's Be Wild Beauty. I'll link her channel as well. She just fasts in so many different ways just to try and get through things and everything else. Another young lady just gave birth to a child just recently. That's Be Wild Beauty. She's got her way of how she does it. Then there is Matt. I can never remember his channel, and also Jen. These two guys, I'll link their channel underneath as well. They've got different ways of how they do intermittent fasting. And these people that I'm shouting out, some of them are vegans, some of them are not vegans, everything else. But we're all on the same boat. We're all on the same journey. And we're all doing it in a different way. We're all doing things slightly different. But we're trying to aim towards the same goal. And the thing that I want you to try to take hold of is at the end of the day is you've got to do whatever it takes. And this is good that you're watching this channel. It's good that you watch other channels and strip out bits that you think, oh, I can bring that into my lifestyle. I want to try that. That excites me. Or, oh, that might work for me. And then give it at least like 3 or 4 days worth of try. Before I would say a week, but sometimes it's just too much for you. So at least, or if you can't, just 2 days and see what happens. And just, I'm not trying to say try everything and try this and try that. Because obviously you've got to have some consistency and some continuity. But I'm saying, if you hit a plateau, if you hit something that just doesn't compute with you, or you're finding something that you're doing is really difficult, or you're thinking, I just want to dip my feet in. Intermittent fasting, there's no definitive rule. As soon as you hit, and I can say this mentally because it will mess me up, as soon as you hit a definitive rule, with any kind of diet plan I feel, as soon as you're learning something and someone said, thus saith, this is how it is, and you do it, it doesn't work for you, suddenly you're going into another mental battle that is possibly not necessary at the end of the day. That's my thinking. Yeah, it's good to have directive and directions, but all of us respond differently. Even when it comes to taking pharmaceuticals, and you're going to the GP, and you're having some kind of treatment given, you will respond differently from someone else. It could be because of the sex, demographics, your diet, your lifestyle, your sleeping habits, your genes. I want you to get that. There's so many elements. It's like you've almost got to have a crystal ball to say this will work. And that's why I get upset with people. This will work. Who put out, buy this, get this will do this. Bull, BS. There's too much people that are trying to put. It's not like a flipping, you know what I mean? You turn your car left, it's going to turn left. You turn your car right, it's going to turn right. And you can just put it on a conveyor belt and build it out in a factory, and that's it. You've got it all. We're all different. Simple as that. We're not from iRobot. We're all individuals. So what's working for me may not work for you. So I could be pounding you, telling you gym, 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 gym. I talk emphatically about it because I know the majority of us need it. But you could be in that small pool where you just think, F that ain't going to work for me. I've tried it before, it ain't going to work for me. But exercise, please. Movement, shoulders, like I said, bum crunches, everything, anything you can do. Because I don't want you to just end up with arthritis. Do you see what I'm saying? There's so many lean, elderly people that are just walking around just crumbled and smashed up because they didn't emphasize the time. We was built to move, and that's why I focus on gym, but it doesn't have to be gym, just something where you're just doing exercise. Walking is awesome. Okay? Right across the board. Doesn't get loads of weight off of me, but I can tell you this, walking will definitely keep weight off of me. It'll mean that I won't put on weight. It might not take off loads, but it means that I'm there and I'm still agile and I'm still fit. I'm not like, you know, when you're walking, you're carrying bags and you hit a hill or a street kind of thing that's just sloped like that, and you notice it so much, like you're walking up a steep hill like that and you're just doing that. It's just, nah. So I'm going on and on. This is turning into a long thing. Thank you for listening. I hope that explains intermittent fasting as far as John Anthony is concerned, of just go do it already. There's no set way. Too many people want to take something, put a name and a stamp and a thought and an appeal and how they think it is, and then that is it. That's how it is. No. There's so many different ways. There's so many different people doing it for so many different reasons. There's some people just doing it. They don't even need to lose weight. They're just doing it just to keep their body. There's so much learning to do with it. A lot of people do it just to basically help repair their body, just to help repair their cells and cognitive thinking, help them to live longer. There's so many reasons. But if you're doing it for weight loss, find the way that works for you. That's the end. Till next time, keep on keeping on. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to start a dialogue with other viewers or whatever, comment below, or with myself, comment below. You know I'll get back to you right now because the channel's so teeny weeny. And talking about that, please, if you are going to follow, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. If you have subscribed, please make sure you keep coming back and popping back from time to time. I'm not saying you got to watch me religiously because I'm always uploading videos on a daily. Some of them are small, but majority of them are either medium sized or big because I go on for long talks. And I'm doing all this now because I'm pushing, trying to get as much as I can right now out, because times will come into my business and everything else where it's going to be, and I'm only going to be able to do little things or little bits and stuff. So I'm moving with momentum. And that's the way how you need to do stuff. You go to lose weight, you go to the gym, you go to exercise, throw yourself in it and get consumed with the end picture in mind. Keep on keeping on. Just go do it already. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.